The Phantom Moon waxes full and the mortal world shifts anew. A ruler in hand to measure right and wrong. A blade upon the heart wavers between good and evil. A girl granted the authority of elation and abundance. The arbitrator of the Phantom Moon Games has now become a contestant. What secrets lie hidden behind it all? Who is the mastermind trying to stir up a tempest in this Arcadia? On this episode of Keep It Up with Star Rail, let's get to know Plain Arcadia's arbitrator and disciplinary committee member, Evanescia! First, let's turn our attention to today's guest, president of the Purple magazine and renowned author of the comic Fluffy Across the Blue, Blurry QR Code, a.k.a. Nihilux!
Hello, lovely trailblazers and readers. Thank you for supporting Keeping Up with Star Rail and Fluffy Across the Blue. Oh, major writer's block, and the deadline's right around the corner. Some fresh air should be good for inspiration.
Thank you for coming straight here from your book-signing event at Star Rail Fest. It must have been quite the rush, huh?
No, not at all. I heard this episode was featuring Evanescia, my biggest fan.
Everyone's more or less read your works. That's just how popular they are.
Is that so? She dashed up to me at the Star Rail Fest signing event and pulled me into a hug while rambling. QR Cult, I've been a huge fan of your books. I knew it would pay off from the very first page of the Fluffy Volume 1.
Oh, I'll need to stop it there. You seem rather well acquainted with Evanescia.
Despite being an arbitrator, Evanescia will soon be joining the games herself. The conflicts yet to be revealed are way more thrilling than my comics.
But you're such a knowledgeable comic artist. No story has escaped you. Is there anything else that can capture your interest?
Well, I do plan on having the Fluffy...
Get! We're very sorry, but spoilers on our show will only incur the wrath of our audience. Let's get back to our scheduled program. Evanescia is a physical character following the path of elation. As an arbitrator, she wields a ruler blade to pass judgment on the unjust.
It's never a good idea to saunter around with a knife. No officer will turn a blind eye to that. But a pink ruler with adorable ribbons is far cuter.
When Evanescia uses her basic attack, she deals physical damage to one designated enemy. When she uses her skill, she deals physical damage to one designated enemy and adjacent targets, and also gains punchlines.
Don't you find it funny? It's a literal slap in the face.
Even that grants punchlines. Doesn't take much to make Aha laugh. During combat, Evanescia gains elation equal to a certain amount of crit damage. Generating energy also grants her certified banger and vice versa.
Pretty interesting mechanics. Converting energy and funsies back and forth, ensuring an endless flow. Reminds me of how some comic characters are caught between two powers within them. Those powers become more intertwined, and that leads to some crazy plot twists.
Truly impressive. Inspiration is always at the fingertips of the great Colt. When Evanescia accumulates a certain amount of energy, her trusted companion Master Fox deals physical damage to the enemy with a follow-up attack and regenerates a certain amount of energy. Evanescia uses her ultimate to deal physical damage to all enemies. She then deals physical damage to one random enemy target some number of times. After unlocking a given trace, when on-field enemy targets reach a certain number, her ultimate's bounce count increases. When Evanescia has certified banger, her skill and ultimate are enhanced. Additional physical elation damage is dealt to the target on top of the initial physical damage. Master Fox's follow-up attack also deals physical elation damage to all enemies. As such, the key to dealing massive damage is to quickly gain certified banger, generate energy to gain certified banger, or use Evanescia's elation skill to deal physical elation damage to enemies, and additionally, gain certified banger. After unlocking a specific trace, when a teammate's certified banger ends, Evanescia gains a certain amount of certified banger. When teammates whose elation skill participant ID is lower than Evanescia's gain certified banger, Evanescia converts a portion of their certified banger into her own. Evanescia uses her technique to immediately attack all enemies within a certain range. Upon entering battle, she deals a certain amount of physical damage to all enemies and gains certified banger. That's a ton of ways to get certified banger and keep Nessie in high spirits.
Oh, I think I've found some inspiration. Fluffy across the blue, Evanefox tales. The protagonist will be called the Ruler Ranger. Stay tuned for my new book.
Are you trying to turn this episode into your exclusive character reveal show? Excuse me. Please focus on being a good Keeping Up with Star Rail guest. Anyway, to sum it up, Evanescia is a damage-focused elation character that's highly flexible in team building. Since Energy and Certified Banger offer mutual enhancements, Evanescia can quickly gain a large amount of Certified Banger on her own and deal massive damage with her ultimate. Evanescia isn't just great for relation teams by gaining Certified Banger from relation teammates. When she teams up with characters of other paths, she can also regenerate energy to accumulate Certified Banger and then use her ultimate to wipe out enemies. With such a wonderfully versatile teammate, enemies will be defeated and wrapped up in no time. Nihilux. I recently finished the latest volume of Fluffy Across the Blue, and it was so good! As you're the talented author of this series, I have a big favor to ask. Could I perhaps make a cameo in an upcoming chapter?
There is a character almost tailor-made for you. Someone called Snowy Naratal. This character, eternally vacillating between being the mastermind and letting the cat out of the bag. He symbolizes the tension between searching and concealment. It's an important metaphor that pushes the story forward. The name both highlights his adorable appearance and his role. Very profound, don't you agree?
Hang on! A narrator never makes an appearance! Besides, won't that make me just like that little monkey?
Guess you caught on. Deadline's round the corner, so I'm off to finish my manuscript. Bye!
Looks way! I want to be a character who gets to show up!